And we're live.
Live. And now we are going to sit in silence. I blinked.
Damn. That is one of my favorite bits that the Mud Squad used to do every year at Boons and Favors is they'd get called up and then they'd just stand there in silence until someone made them. And they would have done it for the whole 20 minutes if we let them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is peak comedy to me.
You know what? I'm trying to give myself like a little history of comedy crash course. And I want to go back and like watch Three Stooges. I want to like see the I don't know. I want to visually see how comedy has evolved from like Three Stooges, I Love Lucy, Looney Tunes to kind of what we're seeing today. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because this is something that I've clocked, and you may find different results, but the gradual increase, or because television and film comedy came from the vaudeville tradition,
right?
It was a lot of visual gags and stunts, and as film has become a lot more of an intimate medium, wit has become the more dominant comedic style rather than the like broad physical comedy.
And I think that's I hear exactly what you're saying, and I think that's what I'm missing a little bit, because everything feels like it has to be so witty and on, and like, this is the best written show I've ever seen, and I'm like, I just want to see some goofballs. I just want to see a couple of goofs. That's why I like, if you haven't watched it on Hulu, Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. It's not family friendly, but it is fun. Like that kind of ridiculous. Like, I also think potty jokes are coming back into fashion. Like, and I think people are wanting to relax their brains a little bit, and maybe that's why I'm drawn to. I want to see more physical comedy. I want to see how you're telling me the story of these buffoons with no words, only doors opening and closing. You know?
Yeah. You're familiar with Kevin Smith's movies like Clerks, Mallrats, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
I'm actually not.
Oh, Katie. If you want to watch a bunch of movies and go, I get Jeff now, it's, look at the Mel Brooks catalog and look at the Kevin Smith catalog, and you understand Jeff. But Kevin Smith, especially Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, he used to talk about, because he has a daughter. She is older now, but when that movie came out, she was young, and it's a very adult movie. So he would let his daughter watch it, but he'd put it on mute. But because it's so cartoonish and physically broad, she was still laughing at things. She still understood that things were funny, like, even without the words.
Exactly. Like, kind of in that same vein, like the physical comedy being like integral to the enjoyment of it. I think we deserve a Who Framed Roger Rabbit remake.
Oh man, I don't know if we need to remake it.
Oh, come on! You don't think we need it? Tell me more.
I think that is something that should not be messed with. Bob Hoskins, an immortalizing performance.
True.
And like we'll never be able to get him back, and right. I think that movie was perfect the way that it was. It's one of the very few movies that I'm like, I don't think we can do it better.
Okay. I hear that. I guess I'm getting excited with all the fun things that we can do with film now. And I was like, how fun would those like cartoon effects be? Like, I want to see that stupid cabbie car bust all its legs in the middle of the road and then climb into another car to keep going. like I want to see it. Especially because like Jessica Rabbit is still kind of floating around. And I don't think, I shouldn't say I don't think a lot of people, that isn't true. I would hope that people know Jessica Rabbit and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, not just like, oh, who's this like hot redhead cartoon? You know what I mean?
Right.
She's not bad. She was drawn that way.
Mm-hmm.
We need it.
We do. I think thankfully that movie is such a part of our generation that we are passing it down to our kids. Like, I don't think that's a movie that's gonna vanish.
We have to. You know what I don't think ever needs a remake?
What?
Any of the Ace Venturas. We don't need another.
No.
We don't need any more.
No more Ace Venturas, and we don't need any more Austin Powerses.
I could do for one.
Yeah?
Just one. Just like almost a remake of the first one.
Do we want to do like the parody of the Gritty remake for Austin Powers?
You know what I was like? I think we can do for one more Austin Power personally.
Okay, I could get behind that.
Just one.
I think that the Austin Powers trilogy has somehow stood the test of time, inexplicably.
I cannot tell you why. I have no clue why.
Well, I think it's because Austin Powers was always self-aware of like it was already making fun of the misogyny inherent in the spy genre.
Yes.
To the point where like he's respectful of Vanessa when she's drunk, and like I've given you my treatise on the joke that is set up in one movie and then paid off in the third movie.
Yes, but I'll hear it again gladly.
No, in the first movie, Austin Powers says, there are only two things I fear: total all-out thermonuclear war and carnies, nomads, small hands, smell like cabbage. And then in the third movie, Michael Caine as Nigel Powers walks into a room, looks at Mini-Me, goes, thought I smelled cabbage.
It's been so long since I've seen it, I forgot about that. That's a good payoff. 2 movies later.
Yes. Like it just like Arrested Development always had those jokes that rewarded you for paying attention.
Yes. Yes. I loved those.
Yeah.
I still find them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I set that up 9 episodes ago. You know what else? Sorry. You know what else I think we don't need a remake of? And I love this movie. It's very near and dear to my heart. Master of Disguise. It can stay dead.
Yeah. I saw a thing on the internet that we don't need remakes of good movies anymore. What we need are remakes of bad movies to try to give them redemption. So maybe we do need a Master of Disguise remake.
Do you think it would be Dana Carvey again? Passing down the mantle of disguise?
Yes, I think Pistachio passes down the disguisey, workings to because and I think, there are SNL cast members right now who are great impressionists and character performers.
Right.
Like, could you imagine Dana Carvey passing it down to Chloe Fineman?
Oh, okay, no, I'm back in. We can. Hey, if you want to help me fund getting Master of Disguise remade, Venmo us the IT crowd. I think we've talked their ear off long enough.
Yeah, you wanna do a show?
Sure.
All right. The IT crowd. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Improv Technology. My name is Jeff Wolfthal, and I am kind of your host tonight. I am joined by one of my favorite improvisers that I ever get to work with. It is my good friend and yours, a fresh back from a whirlwind trip to Kentucky. It is Katie Hope Noble.
Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? It's good to see you guys today with the 2 most endearing members of the IT crowd, arguably the cutest members, and the ones who are just here to have a good time. We're just little guys.
Jonathan came down with a bit of a stomach bug. Alexis worked herself real hard getting fights ready for the Ren Fair season. Haley is doing a sketch show. And Alex is, on a whirlwind trip to New Orleans right now. But we did not want to go another week without doing a show for you all. So here we are. Katie and I are going to do a show for you. We'll start with some short form, and then we'll see what happens, because we are 2/3 of Raw Dog Improv, which means that anything can happen.
Yeah, cha-cha-cha.
Raw Dog.
Raw dog. Raw dog. Raw. Oh, I miss those toes.
I know.
I missed them.
It'll be
Haley
good.
is
It'll
in
be
a-
so
in a
good
big
to see
wig.
everyone again.
Haley is in a big wig. She got invited to participate in an improv musical group on Saturday. So I've got tickets to go see her.
So cool.
She's the only friend I ever have to pay to see, though. Everybody else gets me in for free.
Look, there's
She's worth
limits to the powers of Haley Carlson.
She's worth it. I just give it straight to her, too. It's not even a ticket.
She's learning that Josh Kahn business sense.
I did send, we have a Chicago Fair Friends group chat. And I did plop in there that there is an opportunity for a $500 grant for a single emerging professional person, and the only person who liked my post was Josh Kahn, and I was like, I sent it directly to you anyway. I just should have. I knew you wanted it. Goof troops. That's what they are.
That's fantastic. Well, we're gonna play some games. Let's start off with the game a little bit. We'll do some scenes from the internet void. So I got a bunch of prompts, and Katie and I will give our best improvisational responses to these prompts. So first off, if your phone charger could talk.
I keep telling you that's the wrong hole.
If it's upside down, you can't force it in. If it's upside down, you can't force it in.
I'm stretched a little far. It's a little far.
Hey, who you calling micro USB?
Oh golly. Lightning's not the only thing I can charge. It's also your phone.
You hear about this wireless shit?
Oh no! Oh, you can. I'm like I'm like Achilles. If you touch me in one specific spot, the whole thing goes to crap. Little connector.
I don't know why all of my phone chargers are.
They're fed up.
They're smokers.
They're fed up with whatever's going on.
But look at me. Look at me. You gotta clean out your hole. There's so much lint in there.
Not working.
All right, next one. If classic horror movie monsters had reality TV confessional booths.
First of all, I have to think of a classic horror monster.
Like Dracula, the werewolf, the mummy,
Okay.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Do you have one? If you have one, you can go.
Okay. You keep telling me that because I have hairy palms, I'm a werewolf. That's some church propaganda.
Oh no. I don't know why Monica keeps tugging on this problem. I mean, I'm just gonna unravel.
Oh.
That's the Mummy.
It's always suck my blood, but who is sucking Dracula, huh?
This is just no, it's a lazy joke. I'm actually Frankenstein's monster. Oh, excuse me.
Very nice. Next one. Alternate names for an air mattress.
Sleep balloon.
The blow bed.
The waterless raft.
Dorm room floor mat.
Secret hole hider. You never know where that hole is when it starts leaking. I slept on an air mattress for the first 6 months of me living out here in Chicago. First of all, not that bad. It was actually a pretty nice sleep. But the second that thing got a hole, and I couldn't figure out where it was.
Look, when I was out visiting Chicago in November, I slept on an air mattress at Josh and Haley's. And their air mattress is one of the like super fancy ones that like if it senses itself deflating, it reinflates itself.
Just get a bed. Just get a bed.
But it was also so comfortable.
Really?
I slept so well in that apartment.
It's a treeless hammock.
That's
what
good.
else? I don't know.
I'm out. All right, last one. Bad advertising slogans for the Sharpie.
Getting kids high since 1995.
For when you don't want to get that dick off of your face.
Tired of minors coming into your bar and washing the X's off their hands? Can't do it now.
Oh, man. For when you want to mark one piece of paper and the one under it and the one under that.
Other brands just won't do it the same.
Hey, do you want to ruin a whiteboard? Sharpie.
In one stroke. I think I'm out. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm all
that's
out.
good. That's good.
Got
all right.
Got any more locked and loaded?
No, that's the last prompt.
Alexis is always like, "This is the game you're good at." Guys, I'm not good at this one. I just have the most fun. This one. Just makes me giggle. Well, what's next?
Oh God! I'm
Give
so
me more
sorry.
games.
Well, the next one planned on the schedule is Honk.
Honk.
This is the game where we're going to act out a scene, but at any point, Katie or I will be able to say the word honk at each other, and that means that we have to change the last thing that we said.
That's right. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. So the suggestion for this game came from Brianna Bloomer and roommate Nikki. Thank you, Brianna and roommate Nikki. And it is a preschool teacher and a kid who just won't go down for the nap.
All right, Johnny. We've read books. We've gone potty. We've washed our hands. We got our comfy clothes on. We got Teddy Bear from underneath the couch. All of your friends are sleeping. Let's close our eyes so that we can sleep too.
What happens to my soul when I close my eyes?
Honk.
What do you do when I close my eyes?
Honk.
What? I heard that the other kids actually just draw while I close my eyes.
Where'd you hear that?
Well,
who told you that?
Vice Principal McGinty was talking about it really loud on their cell phone outside when I got in today.
That's just like that. That is just like that. Sorry. Miss Katie got a little loud. Sorry, buddy. You know what?
It's okay. Let your rage out.
I can't let my rage out. We're in
Honk.
nap time mode. I would love to let my rage out, but I simply cannot do this right now. All the other kids are about to down for a nap. And you need to nap too. So I know.
But I'm not tired.
Well, you could be. Sometimes you don't have to be tired to take a nap. Sometimes, wait, do your parents ever rest their eyes?
Honk.
You don't have to be tired to take a nap. Sometimes you can just lie there and daydream about what you're going to do at recess.
Honk.
You don't have to be tired to go to bed if you believe.
Oh, I believe in lots of things.
What do you believe in? Start listing them quietly to yourself.
Okay, well, I believe in the Easter Bunny, and I believe in the Tooth Fairy, and I believe that there were 3 people involved in the JFK assassination.
Wait, honk.
I believe in the Tooth Fairy, and I believe in the Easter Bunny, and I believe that 9/11 was an inside job, and I believe that Bigfoot is just my dad walking shirtless through.
Whoa. You think Bigfoot is your dad?
I mean, I believe it.
You believe it? Do you have any proof?
No, I believe it. You don't need proof for belief.
You're right. But what if Miss Katie also wanted to believe that your dad was Bigfoot?
All you have to do is believe. It's just like in the Polar Express.
Yeah, just like in the Polar Express, kid. I think you're onto something here. But wait, no. Hey, what? Yeah, it is just like the Polar Express. Maybe we're on the Polar Express right now.
I always thought I looked low res, and that's the game.
I was not a nap taker.
No,
but I have become one. I have converted to napping.
Okay, you converted.
I did. I had a little ceremony and everything. Got a necklace.
Nice. Napped again.
Is there? No, never mind. Neither of us would know that question. I was going to ask, is there a patron saint for sleeping? But we wouldn't know.
I'm sure there is. They've got a patron saint for everything. I'm surprised there aren't like baseball cards.
I'll bet you can find some.
Mm-hmm.
Trading saints. I'm trading the St. Louis Saints. Sorry.
Hey, I got 2 St. Lucias. Do you have a St. Christopher?
No, I only have the Mother Mary.
Ooh, I don't have a Mother Mary. How about I give you my 2 St. Lucias for the Mother Mary?
Deal.
All
Is
right.
she the one with the eyeballs?
I'm sure.
I don't know. Are people in the chat? I'm also on my phone, so I actually can't see our lovely friends in the chat. Are they dropping anything?
All right, let's recap some chat stuff. Apparently, according to Google, you pray to Saint Joseph for sleep.
Thank you, Saint Joe.
Thank you, Saint Joseph. I wonder what Saint Joseph did to warrant that as his thing. You know?
Yeah, because is it Jesus' stepdad or is it a different Joseph?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not enough respect for stepdads in the Bible.
And there is one very prominent one.
Yeah, big guy himself. I was reading Haley some stand-up that I think I might try and do somewhere, and part of it was I grew up Church of God Pentecostal, and it's roughly believed that Mary, Mother of God, was somewhere between like 13 and 15, maybe a little give or take a year. She was very young when she got this calling, right? So at around 13ish, I was like, maybe God's gonna tell me something big too. And it was like waiting for your Hogwarts letter. Like, ooh, what blessing am I gonna get? Never got one. Never got some voice from God. Still waiting.
Look, it can happen.
If it could happen to her, it could happen to me, right?
Right.
Just a little
If
kid.
there's one thing I've learned from the movie Angels in the Outfield, hey, it could happen.
I can't believe that movie got made, now that I think about it. Like,
not only did it get made, it got sequels.
It got sequels?
Yeah, because there was
happens in
angels
the
in the end
sequels?
zone where the Angels helped out a struggling football team.
All those Hail Mary plays. Called them
Exactly.
down. Oh my gosh. Is there another one? What's a bocce ball court called? Angels in the bocce ball.
Angels in the bocce ball. What are other sports?
I've never known a single sport.
It could be the hockey one, Angels in the penalty box.
But there's a little devil in there.
Yeah.
They're trying to convert the devil to their side.
They are just helping out the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, we've done it, Jeff. Well, guys, there's a writer's strike and an actor's strike. That's another reason we couldn't get Josh on. I'm kidding. There is a writer's strike going on, though, and an actor's
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a scab.
Yeah, but we're not union, are we?
Nope, we sure ain't.
We sure ain't. Oh, what else did I miss in the comments?
Let's see. So it has been confirmed that the St. Joseph you're supposed to pray to is Joe Germano.
Oh, thank God.
But it is Jesus' dad because God communicated to him in his sleep and his dream.
Oh, look at that. A whole cinematic universe.
Of these. Angels in the cheer gym.
Angels in the cheer gym. Smells like feet in there.
Look, both of my sisters were competitive cheerleaders. That is an intense sport.
It is. It is a sweaty, intense sport. They're flipping around in the air, smacking down, breaking noses. Like, that's dangerous.
Yeah. It's like take all of the, gymnastics stunt people and dancers and like put them together with pom-poms.
Somebody's going to break a nose.
It's wild stuff. But it did mean that we got to go on a trip to Disney World every other year. Because that's where like the big cheerleading competition, the like U.S. cheerleading competition happened.
I didn't know
that. They'd perform in the amphitheater where they do the Indiana Jones stunt spectacular.
There's another Indiana Jones coming.
I saw it. It's very good.
Oh, yeah, it is good because Crystal Skull was bad.
It's every other one, right? Like because Raiders of the Lost Ark is a treasure. And then Temple of Doom has become good, but it's not like And then Last Crusade is incredible. And then Crystal Skull was and Dial of Destiny is good.
Okay. Is it kind of, is Harrison stepping away? Is this a giving of the mantle?
He does not, and spoilers, but he does not directly give away the mantle in this movie. Now I totally think that Phoebe Waller-Bridge could get a spin-off franchise. Like I loved her character. She was great. She has an adorable sidekick. Like the best parts of Short Round. Because Short Round was the best part of Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Because Harrison Ford just gets the coolest sidekicks. Short Round he has Chewbacca. But so I think it was a good movie. I loved Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And
that's Jeff's Rec, everybody. Thank you for attending this episode of Jeff's Rec, where Jeff recommends you something.
What do you recommend right now, Katie?
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna let me grab the book real quick.
All right. We're getting a book rack.
My friend from college wrote a book that's available now on Amazon called Kingdom of Trash. It is about a trash golem. If you enjoy Lemony Snicket's kind of writing, it's very reminiscent of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Kingdom of Trash. It's like $12.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bargain.
And it has footnotes. It's very silly and self-aware. And he's in law school. intentionally made it look like a law student's like casebook, like just because he thought it was funny.
That is funny. That's great.
So that's
so
what I would recommend. It's been a fun read so far. And not just because he's my friend. I'm like, oh, this is like a really like, I don't know. I enjoy his humor. Maybe you will too.
I trust your sense of humor, Katie.
I'm also watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen, which
okay.
I can tell you exactly what happens in Hell's Kitchen. Restaurant, it's doing poorly. They're like, we don't know why we're bad. Chef Ramsay comes in. He goes, is the food good? And they go, yeah, the food's great. Food is not good. So he goes and he says, your food's shit. And they go, no, it's not. Then they do a dinner service where Gordon Ramsay finds something gross in the fridge. He goes, this is raw. So he goes, this is raw. And they're like, oh, no, we didn't mean to do that. And then there's some kind of fight of like, you can't tell me what to do, Gordon Ramsay. And Ramsay's like, actually, I can. And then they fix the restaurant. And that's it. That's what happens in every episode. And I love it.
Was it Hell's Kitchen or Bar Rescue that was like 70% of the restaurants that they go to and fix up still fail within a year?
Oh, so I'm so sorry. I misspoke earlier. What I just described was Kitchen Nightmares, which is Bar Rescue. They are essentially the same show, and 70% still fail because after they leave, they go back to their old ways of doing things, and lo and behold, no more restaurant for you.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Katie's rec.
Debbie would like you to post the book on the Facebook page, so
absolutely. And it also comes in an ebook format. But Kingdom of Trash.
The word trash golem got me.
He's a trash golem. I'm the trash golem. I go and I throw trash everywhere.
So he's a golem made of trash.
Oh, that's an excellent question. His job when you first meet him is to collect the trash of a nearby town and dispose of it in some way, shape, or form. But it's up to the golem how they want to dispose of the trash, and he just chooses to keep it. So he reads all the old discarded books.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he gets hired by this kind of watch service. They're called the Grey Watch, and shenanigans ensue. And that's all I'll tell you.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. That's good context. I like it.
Yes.
I like it. All right. You ready for our next game, Katie?
Bring it on.
All right. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is a game where Katie and I are going to give you all advice based on questions that you put in the suggestion post during the week. But there's only two of us and three options for giving advice. So at least for this first question, I'm going to give you good advice. Katie is going to give you bad advice. And I will also give ugly ass advice. Let's do this. The first question is from Debbie Willis-Hamlin. Debbie asks, how far is too far when it comes to taking revenge?
It's a great question,
Debbie. It's a good question. So they say that revenge is a poison that you drink yourself. So I think what you really want to do is take a step back and take a look at what it is that you feel like you are feeling the need to take revenge for. Is it a personal wrong? Is it a professional wrong? Did this person hurt someone you love? Each of those warrant sort of a different level of response. But I think that, revenge is a very broad term. And I think you don't want to do anything that is going to end up harming yourself more than this person has already harmed you. Because if in the process of bringing about this vengeance, you end up doing something that would put you in a worse position, then what was the point in feeling the need to be vindicated in the first place?
That's all well and good, Jeff. But here's what you're actually going to do, Debbie. You're saying how far is too far. Well, how far are you willing to walk, drive, run, take a train, take a plane too. I think maybe outside of the atmosphere, even though revenge is a dish best served cold and the outside of our atmosphere is very cold, I think going into outer space, kind of to Jeff's point, nothing that's going to harm you is technically too far. But if you're talking more of like the emotional and heart sense of going too far, all is fair in love and war and revenge. All right. We didn't sign no Geneva Agreement covenant when we were talking about revenge. No, you can commit a war crime, a mild one, a mild war crime. I'm talking salt in their earth. And that's the only one I can really think of at the moment. Jeff?
You know, having listened to Katie's very reasoned argument, I am changing my position.
Okay.
Burn it down, start anew. And by burn it down, I mean the whole world if you have to. Let nothing come between you and the target of your rage in this moment. You are a good person, Debbie. And when a good person feels the need to go to war, then it is justified. And nothing should be above or beneath you in your quest for taking down this sad son of a bitch who has gotten in your way.
Amen.
Burn it down. Start the world anew.
Any other questions?
Yeah. All right. So now, Katie, why don't you give the good advice? I'll give the bad advice, and then you give the ugly advice. Tori Marie Fraley Hogg would like to know, funny enough, how do you pick a good book to read?
How do you pick a good book to read? That's a really wonderful question. So the old adage is never judge a book by its cover. I will say that, it's okay if you do. Some books are just marketed a little bit better than others. But I think you give a book at least 2 chapters, 2 solid chapters of reading. It shouldn't take up too much of your time. And it really helps you figure out if that's the type of book you're interested in. So when you're thinking about books today, though, as an adult to read, I think a lot of people get hung up on the idea that you have to read something really deep and really, hard hitting and all that. Think of the books you enjoyed reading as a kid. Was it Hardy Boys? Was it Series of Unfortunate Events? There's a real chance that same author has written books for adults or for young adults, and you can kind of live in that same world and that same writing style. So I would say start there. However, there's lots of lists out there of like what's best to read, but I think as long as you're reading, it's a good book. Jeff?
I respect my colleague's point of view, but I'm going to tell you, go on to Netflix and watch an adaptation. If you like that adaptation, you will like the book. And the best part about it is you'll already know how the book ends. So you just get to enjoy going on the visual journey of reading it. So that's how you should pick a book. Pick it based on the TV adaptation.
Jeff, that's really wise. That's really amazing, actually. And I don't think you should stop there. In fact, who has ever written a good book? Nobody. You can, though. I say if you want to have a good book to read, you better write a good book to read. And when I say write it, I mean don't even edit it. Just every thought that's coming out of your head is pure and perfect. I don't want to hear about spelling. I don't want to see you doubting the plot. I don't want to see you questioning why a recipe is in the middle of this. Just write the book. And then everyone will have something good to read because you made it.
Brilliant. All right. Apparently, everyone is on a bit of a vengeance kick.
Vengeance? Oh no! It's summertime, guys.
Actually, I'm going to skip to another one. Dan Gualtieri asks, "I'm looking to develop some good habits. How do I develop a routine to do so?"
Oh.
So
I have good advice for this, but it's your turn.
Yeah, here's the good advice. So they say that you develop habits when you do something, I think 21 consecutive times. So, habits are a conscious choice. So you have to make sure that it is a conscious choice until it becomes a subconscious choice. So really devote yourself to working that thing at least those 21 consecutive times, 21 days in a row, and then it will develop into something that you are just compelled to do.
So good habits are hard to come by, am I right? Anyway, so I think it's really valuable to utilize YouTube. It is a great resource. You can get tons of patterns, and some of them even have little prayers that you can do while you're making your habit. And you want it to match your current garb. So like, don't go too flashy or the other sisters are gonna like be jealous. But if while you're making your habit, God doesn't mind just a little goof about sometimes. God is a big goof about. I mean, if you've seen a platypus, it's so silly. You can embroider a little flower, or mayhaps a prayer, or a kitten within the little flap of your habit, and then you have a really good habit, and it makes you happy, and it makes God happy.
You know what else builds good habits?
What?
Addiction. If you want to fully be committed to doing something, it has to be an addiction. So give yourself some Pavlovian method of response. Bust out the heroin, bust out the cocaine, and
out.
tie it to this thing that you're trying to do. That way, every time you give into that addiction, you are also taking up your habit.
Amen.
Jeff Wolfwell does not condone the use of hard drugs.
Neither does Katie, but if you do it, at least tell us.
Yeah.
We want to help you.
Let me know how it goes.
We want to help you.
All right. Last one. Just so you can get in on the vengeance advice on the good and ugly side. Aaron Gualtieri wants to know, what is a good way to get nonviolent but extremely petty revenge on someone?
Oh, honey, play stupid. Especially if you interact with this person all the time at your workplace and they're being like petty and rude to you. Just make their job a little bit harder by any means necessary. So like, I'm talking, they tell you something and you go, what? As if you can't hear them. And then they'll speak up a little bit and you go, I'm so sorry. I'm having a little bit of a hard time understanding you. Do you mind doing that again? Just keep asking them to repeat themselves. Just waste their time. Waste their time and aggravate them, because here's the best part. Other people's thoughts about you don't actually impact you. If they think that you're really a big stupid idiot, okay. All right, whatever. You're not. So I say make their lives as annoying as possible. I want you to be the thorn in their side. I want you to be the voice that they think about as they're laying in bed at night and they can't fall asleep. And they're going, man, if she had just paid attention the first time you paid me. I want you to give them that reaction, because if you're constantly on their mind, it only brings you power. All right? You've got the power in that situation. And I know I was supposed to give good advice, but like, that is good advice.
That is
Make
good
their
advice.
lives hard.
That was good advice, Katie. That was good advice. But here's my advice. Why does it have to be nonviolent?
Tell me more.
That's really my question. But here's the thing. Allow the violence to have the appearance of nonviolence. That way you can gaslight them into thinking that you haven't done anything to them. Things like hiding tacks in their shoes. But like just one in the front, that way they can never really find it. So just like little microaggressions that you can write off, and then you're tackling them both on a psychological and a physical front.
Yeah. Wait, Jeff, that just gave me a wonderful idea.
Yeah,
so,
Katie.
Nonviolent, petty aggression. You want it to be the gift that keeps on giving, right? Hide glitter bombs in their home. And I know what you're thinking, Katie, I don't even want to be around this person. How am I supposed to get a glitter bomb to their home? I hear you. Let's go down that avenue. You can mail people glitter bombs. and it goes everywhere. They will never be rid of this glitter. About once a week, switch it up too. 1 week it's a box. 1 week it's like a FedEx envelope. 1 week, just commit some light mail fraud of sending glitter packages, because they will not know who it's coming from. They will be confused, and it will get everywhere. And every time they go to the mail, something that they have to do, they're going to freak out that maybe this time it's going to be glitter, and then stop for like a year. Don't do it for a year. And then you're going to lull them into a sense of security, and then set up deliveries for random times throughout your life. Every 5 years, every 2 weeks, whatever works for you in your budget. Do you hear that car?
I do. Okay. I never want to be on your bad side, Katie.
Oh, I'm full of hateful, awful things. I will make your life hard.
Good to know. Good to
know. And
know.
I'll do it with a smile too. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Glitter's fun. What do you mean? Glitter's fun.
I have almost scarred props people by asking for too much glitter for things. Last year, I very much wanted it to be a thing that Cole Rying's character, Orville Foxglove, the playwright, was overly dramatic and just kept throwing glitter to like punctuate things.
Could you get confetti? Was that the bird seed?
Yeah, we ended up getting kind of big was it Mylar confetti that was easy to sweep up.
Sure. I made myself laugh because I'm like, what if it was just bird seed?
And then all of a sudden he's just attacked by pigeons.
No! Back down. I still think there needs to be a fair character who was a storm chaser and is mad when the weather is good. Like that. They're so angry about it.
They come alive on the rain days.
How am I supposed to study the rain? Or they're so proud of themselves, like, I made it not rain for the queen today. You're welcome. Look.
All right, well, there you go, Katie. When you eventually make your triumphant return to the fair, you can be the Shire Storm Chaser.
I'll do it. Because there's witchcraft, there's science, there's God. Like, like, it all comes together.
Witchcraft, science, and religion all in one.
It's got a little bit of everything. You know how old people can feel it in their bones? I want to feel their bones. Like, they would have reason to talk to everybody. Like,
do you feel it?
Do you feel it? It's raining in Somalia. And then they run away. Like,
they always know what the weather is, but never in Mount Hope. They just know what the weather is everywhere else.
In the same way you're not supposed to read tarot cards for yourself. It's considered a faux pas. I can't tell the weather here. Can't tell the weather here.
No.
Not allowed. I gotta go to another guy for that. And I just report it back to the town. It's wet! Yeah, you write that down. That's my character. Her name's Stormy Daniels.
Well, that's our show.
Look at that. Wait, we'll talk offline.
All right. No, there's still more games to do. We're gonna do a silent film dub. I have a YouTube clip of a black and white movie queued up, and Katie and I are going to provide the voices for the characters in this thing.
All right. Are there only two people?
What?
Are there two people or three?
There is a third person that's in there for just like 10 seconds at the beginning.
Fantastic.
So the scene is two scientists working in a lab, and they walk in on their janitor at the very beginning. So the janitor is like,
is this Goodwill Hunting? Goodwill Hunting.
It is not Goodwill Hunting.
It's not a black and white movie.
You mean you don't see Goodwill Hunting in black and white?
That's what I was meant to be seen. I put my phone in black and white the other day because supposedly it's supposed to like make it less engaging for you to look at. I couldn't stop. I was like, this is fascinating.
Interesting. All right, so Katie, why don't you be the tall scientist? I'll be the short scientist.
Jeff, do you want to be the tall one?
No,
we're probably the same height though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be the tall one. I'll be the short one.
Great.
And I'll also be the janitor for the 15 seconds.
Bravo. Now, I promise you, I put it right over here. It was a fantastic discovery. Wait.
Oh, just knocking up the cage here. Oh, sorry. I'll be out of your way very shortly.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, would you mind telling Clara up there that I'd like a little bit?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, well, all right. Don't tell Clara then. Now, as you see here in my little why are you over there? I can't see you over there.
Well, I'm looking over your shoulder.
Well, thank you. Now, look right here.
What technique? Very slow.
Oh, I know. Thank you very much. What color does that look like to you?
Oh, it looks about like a kind of off-white, pinkish.
Wrong. This is a pinkish off-white.
Ah, I knew it.
It's the only color that also tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
So this is going to act on your insides then?
Oh, yes. That's not what I really came in here to show you. This is my real invention. This,
the water cooler?
Yes, the water cooler. You've heard of it. Would you like a sip?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Well, too bad. It's my water cooler. Now,
you did not look very happy about that.
No, I didn't. The Pepto kind of went down the wrong way. Now, all about
how are you feeling? What is the Pepto doing to your insides?
Well, it's easing my nausea, my heartburn, my indigestion, my upset stomach, but not my diarrhea. Oh, crap. I'm so sorry.
No, the diarrhea is the most important part. Hold on. Oh, your pulse is racing.
I know. Am I sweating? Oh man, these farts are just coming out real hot. I'm so sorry. I'm sweating. But I can't go to the bathroom. You see, I've done something.
Did you drop a huge bomb in the bathroom again?
Yes.
I knew it. I've always known that it was you. What are you writing your confession?
I have to. Someone needs to bring me in. You need the reward money to help your sick son.
You're writing off the page. Does that smell good to you?
Do you smell it?
I
smell it too.
Why don't you just calm down? Maybe you do need to go use the restroom again.
I can't go in there. I'm too embarrassed.
All right, well then just dictate your confession to me.
All right. It was me who put that big bomb in the tub and then...
No, it's okay. You can do this. No, just get it out. Just no. It's worse than I thought. It's clear that you have severe Pepto-Bismolitis.
Oh, Pepto-Bismolitis! It can't possibly be.
Yep, look, it says right there.
Oh, you're right. It does. It says right there.
And see.
Is this like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde?
From what I've been able to observe of that movie, the tall scientist is self-experimenting on himself.
Oh.
And there's a monkey involved.
Great.
So maybe he's turning into a monkey.
You know, we don't see enough like monkeys in movies anymore. Feels like somebody always had a chimp or like a lemur or like some, you know what I mean? I feel like the last time I saw one was maybe Pirates of the Caribbean.
Film classic Dunstan checks in.
Mm-hmm. Does he have a pet creature?
Dunstan, I believe Dunstan is the name of a chimp who is loose in a hotel.
Oh, movies were so easy back then. What if a chimp was loose in the hotel? That's it. I'll bet somebody's on their honeymoon. It's a Noel Coward play. Like
it's just existentialist.
We'll write that movie next.
Yes. Dropped a bomb in the bathroom, a prequel to Oppenheimer. Look, I'm excited for Barbie and Oppenheimer. I think both of those movies are going to be bops.
I'm so impressed that I'm sure Oppenheimer did its own marketing, but it really got to ride the meme of watching them both on the same day, because we all kind of got excited, because I remember when it was first announced that they would not be, or that they would be on the same day, people were like, well, who's gonna want to see these movies on to, what a fun juxtaposition, blah blah blah. And that's all they needed. And everybody's thinking about it now, and they're thinking about them I will always remember that Barbie and Oppenheimer came out on the same day. I put it in the next we didn't start the fire.
Oppenheimer, Barbie.
Double feature, yes, sirree.
Both of those movies just look good.
Oh, I can't wait. Which one are you going to see first?
Probably Barbie, because I think that's the one that the cast is probably going to make like a big outing of it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Those crazy kooks.
Those crazy kids.
Why, yeah, you wanna? Speaking of crazy kids.
One last game, Katie?
I think, why not?
All right. As you are probably one of our queens of quick wit.
No.
Figure we will close it out with 185.
Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I just like it. It's fun.
Look, I don't think our audience understands just how much I drilled this game with you all when you were actors at that place that we used to work.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Because it was a fun thing to do for line entertainment. It was easy. You could walk around the place we worked just doing those and do quick engagements walking from one stage to another. It was easy.
That and singing the Do Run Run at kids during kids' days.
I was thinking of To Do Run Run right before the show started, because I was like, that's kind of a song you could do on IT Crowd, because there's that yeah and then solo. Like there's enough going on so you're not all singing together. But
it's true. But we do all have to try to keep like that rhythm together.
But I think you would just have to be like, the person over there starts the beat.
Yeah.
Do run, 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 do run, run.
I met a girl and her name was Katie.
Do run, 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 do run, run. She was a big tall lady. Do run,
run, run, run, do run, run, the doobie doo. Yeah. She was cool, maybe. The doobie doo. Yeah.
Her
she
cat was
around.
A baby.
A doobie doo. Yeah. I found this out lately. The do run, 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 the do run, run.
Well, we gave it a shot.
I think there's some refining but it could happen.
Jeff, I miss you. I feel like I want to just get back in the room, like in a physical room with you, because I feel like we would have fun making games together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We got to do some improv jams in person, real people.
Yeah.
If you want to figure out a way for Improv Technology to do a live show all together, Venmo us at the IT Crowd.
I'll come out to Pennsylvania. I'll say hi.
Heck yeah.
Tell me when. I'll put Haley in my car, and we'll just drive into the sun. Just
don't tell her where you're going. Just stuff her in the car and be like,
I think she'd be all right with it after the first 45 minutes of screaming. Yeah.
The rest would only be 45 minutes.
Well, she doesn't know it's me.
Oh, so it would take her 45 minutes to realize that it was you.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
She'd be like, why is this person hitting every pothole on the road? Oh, it's Katie.
All right, let's rock some quick 185.
All right.
185 plumbers.
185 plumbers walk into a bar. The bartender says, I can't serve 185 plumbers. And the plumbers say, we're here to do crack instead. It wasn't good. I don't know why. I'm not good at this game. I'm just fast.
That was good. No. That was good. 185 plumbers walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't have enough room to serve 185 plumbers. And the plumbers go, well, if there's a clog, we can fix it.
185 plumbers walk into a bar. The bartender says, I can't serve 185 plumbers. And they say, well, that throws a wrench in our plans.
Uh-huh. 185 plumbers walk into an anarchist bar. And the bartender's like, sorry, you guys don't look cool enough to get in. And they were like, someone had to bring the pipe bombs.
Hey! 185 plumbers walk into a bar. The bartender says, I can't serve 185 plumbers. And they all go, womp, womp, womp. And then pop up behind the bar. Womp, womp, womp.
Bravo. Next one, 185 beach chairs.
185 beach chairs walk into a bar. The bartender says, I can actually serve 185 beach chairs, but it's going to be a little bit of a wait. What name can I put on the reservation? They say Adirondack.
185 beach chairs walk into a bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, I can't serve 185 of you beach chairs. And the beach chairs say, well, we can fold up real nice.
185 beach chairs go into the bar. The bartender says, I'm so sorry. There's no way on earth that I could ever serve 185 beach chairs. And the beach chairs say, we just wanted to sit in the sand. Sorry. Not a good one. I lost the thread. My apologies.
185 beach chairs walk into a bar. The bartender sees that they're kind of bleary-eyed. And so he was like, why don't you guys come in and sit down? What have you been up to? And they're like, we've been wasting away again in Margaritaville.
Oh, those poor chairs. Every day.
They're just there for the Jimmy buffet.
The Margaritaville musical is very stupid, but also a little fun.
I did not know that there was a Margaritaville musical.
It is a jukebox musical of his album. It's this woman with a terrible husband goes on her bachelorette party to this island. Her best friend, who's not about marriage, essentially meets the Jimmy Buffett character. They kind of have a little romance, and then she leaves because her friend is getting married, and that's when he writes Margaritaville and he becomes a big star. And then the girl who's getting married, her husband is a butthole, right? And he's like, can't believe that we're serving hamburgers at our wedding. And she's like, you know what? And she does Cheeseburger in Paradise, and she ends up falling in love with the other clown from the island. And that's the show. At the end, they put little beach balls out in the audience. It's fun.
When you got a fun in like that.
I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm not expecting, Ibsen up there.
I dig it. Well, Katie, that's the show.
2/3 raw is pretty good.
2/3 raw. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Just to give you a heads up about what we have coming up the next couple of weeks. As you could hear from the way that we were talking, the Bacchanalian cast at the place that we all used to work together at comes in and starts this coming week, which means that Alexis, Alex, Jonathan, and I are going to be crazy. And then Katie and Haley also have lives and things that they're doing. But we still want to be out here every week in some way, shape, or form doing some stuff. So we are pre-recording another Jackbox game night. And then every week, I'm going to be doing interviews like the one I did with Jonathan a few weeks ago, but with the rest of IT. That way, most of the team can be taking their time and doing their thing. But one person and I every week will be here to chat with you all, and so we can learn a little bit more about the people that have been entertaining you all of these years.
Jeff, can the audience submit any questions for the interviews?
Absolutely. I will still put up a suggestion post every week to see if you have anything that you want to ask the person that's being interviewed. And in the meantime, our Venmo is still open at the IT Crowd. We appreciate anything that you find yourself in a position to be able to give. Katie, anything you want to say to the people out there?
I'm just really happy that we get to have this opportunity to come and say hi to you guys. I never get to play just with Jeff, so this was a lot of fun.
This isn't.
And you guys, I was kind of having not like a cruddy day at work, but like a boring day at work. Like I was like, what am I doing creatively? And I was like, oh yeah, I get to go and I get to do some fun improv with my friends and say hi to all you guys. So please know that I think about you guys a lot, and I'm really grateful that you're here.
Like, IT's still saving lives.
Yes.
The IT crowd.